Welcome to Cars Trends. Today, we journey into the heart of a Japanese legend, a machine that has earned its reputation as the apex predator of asphalt jungles across the globe. A car so relentless, so brutally effective, it has single-handedly redefined what it means to be a modern supercar slayer. We're talking, of course, about the Nissan GT-R R35, a vehicle that didn't just rewrite the rulebook. It shredded it, then it lapped the Nürburgring in the rain while doing so. The GT-R R35 isn't just a car. It's a symbol of defiance, of precision engineering born from decades of motorsport heritage, and of Japanese automotive passion distilled into one relentlessly fast package. When it debuted in 2007, it wasn't merely a successor to the Skyline GTR lineage, it was a revolution. It was the moment Nissan declared that speed and sophistication didn't have to cost $300,000. And it has stayed true to that philosophy ever since. Slide into the cockpit and you're greeted with a cabin that is unapologetically focused. Every button, every screen, every millimeter of carbon fiber or leather-wrapped trim screams purpose. It's not flamboyant. It's not trying to be a luxury cruiser. The R35 doesn't care about pretentious style points. It's a cockpit designed for the art of speed. Your hands grip the flat-bottomed steering wheel with paddle shifters that deliver each command like a hammer strike on a war drum. You feel it in your bones. The GTR wants to move. Under the hood lies the soul of the beast, a 3.8-liter twin-turbocharged V6 engine, hand-assembled by a single Takumi master in a clean room in Yokohama. Every engine bears the name of its builder, a touch of reverence in a machine designed for pure violence. With output ranging from 480 to over 600 horsepower in various trims, the GTR doesn't just launch, it detonates. 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds isn't just fast, it's physics-defying. You don't accelerate, you teleport, but what truly sets the R35 apart isn't just raw speed. It's how it delivers that power to the pavement with surgical precision. Nissan's ATTES all-wheel drive system doesn't just grip, it predicts. It reads the road surface, your throttle inputs, your steering angle, and even lateral G-forces to determine where to send torque, front or rear, millisecond by millisecond. The result, a car that feels unshakable, even when you're pushing deep into the red line on a tight apex. The dual-clutch transmission snaps off shifts faster than the blink of an eye. Gear changes are violent, intentional, and unmistakably mechanical. There's nothing polite about it. It's aggressive, raw, and focused on one mission, delivering power as efficiently and relentlessly as possible. The sound of the turbo spooling, the wastegate flutter, and the bark from the titanium exhaust, it's a symphony of forced induction and fury. And the chassis, built like a bunker, it's rigid, tight, and brutally capable. The Bilstein Damptronic adaptive suspension responds in real time, adjusting damping forces based on road conditions and driver inputs. Whether you're carving through a canyon pass or hammering down a straightaway, the R35 feels planted, confident, and brutally effective. Now, let's talk about presence. The R35 isn't delicate. It's not graceful in a traditional sense. It doesn't tiptoe into a parking lot hoping to be noticed. It kicks the door down. With its muscular stance, wide haunches, and aggressive aero sculpting, the GTR commands attention. The signature quad taillights glow like red-hot reactor cores, and the front fascia wears a permanent scowl, flanked by deep air intakes that seem to inhale pavement. Over the years, Nissan has kept the GTR fresh with incremental updates, sharper suspension tuning, lighter components, more refined interior materials. But the core DNA has remained untouched. This isn't a car that chases trends. It sets them. The GTR has become a benchmark for performance cars worldwide, forcing European markets to reevaluate their pricing structures and technological advancements. Why spend double when the GTR offers equal, if not superior, lap times? And let's not overlook the aftermarket community. The R35 is a tuner's dream. With the right mods, this car can break the 1,000 horsepower barrier without flinching. Tuners from Tokyo to Texas have turned the GTR into a drag strip dominator and a time attack terror. Whether it's custom intakes, full titanium exhaust systems, reprogrammed EQs, or full-blown turbo upgrades, the GTR welcomes them all like battle armor. Yet even in its stock form, the R35 is nothing short of a marvel. The moment you drop the hammer, everything else fades. The tack climbs with urgency, the world blurs, and the soundtrack of induction and combustion takes over. There's no drama, no wheel spin, no hesitation, just relentless forward motion. It's like being launched from an aircraft carrier. Inside the cabin, the tech reflects a blend of analog grit and digital evolution. The center display, famously co-developed with Polyphony Digital of Gran Turismo fame, gives you real-time data, turbo boost, oil pressure, cornering Gs, lap times. It's the kind of telemetry you'd expect in a pit lane, not on the highway. And it's all there, at your fingertips, reminding you constantly, this is no ordinary sports car. This is a rolling data acquisition lab disguised as a monster. In the American market, the GT-R found a devoted following. Gearheads, racers, collectors, all were drawn to its unmatched performance-to-dollar ratio. For less than the price of a Porsche 911 Turbo, you could own a machine that outran Ferraris and humbled Lamborghinis. Insurance rates, of course, reflect its capability. Expect premiums north of $2,500 annually depending on your state, driving history, and coverage. But even that feels like a small price for what you're getting, a legitimate supercar in all but badge. Maintenance costs, they're not for the faint of heart. Specialized fluids, high-performance tires, and premium-grade parts come with the territory. But compared to European exotics, the GT-R remains relatively practical. Oil changes can run you around $200, $300, while brake service might cross $1,000. But then again, if you're buying a GT-R, you're not looking for economy. You're looking for dominance. Ownership experience is visceral. It's not about coddling or comfort, it's about connection. Every drive becomes a conversation between man, machine, and tarmac. The feedback through the wheel, the tension in the chassis, the roar from the exhaust, it all converges into a singular, immersive experience. You don't just drive a GT-R, you command it. Across all trims, from the base premium model to the fire-breathing Nismo variant, the R35 offers a level of cohesion few cars can match. The Nismo, with its carbon fiber enhancements, aerodynamic revisions, and 600 horsepower engine, takes the GT-R formula to the extreme. It's track-focused, razor-sharp, and brutally quick. But even the base model retains that same core DNA, aggressive, intelligent, and unforgivingly fast. And yet, there's a duality to the R35. Flip it into comfort mode, and it becomes surprisingly livable. The ride softens, the throttle becomes less aggressive, and the dual-clutch gearbox smooths out. You could daily this car. Many owners do. It's that rare breed of vehicle that can be both a weekend track weapon and a weekday commuter. Try saying that about a McLaren. But perhaps the most astonishing thing about the R35 is how long it has endured. Nearly 2 decades with the same platform, and still competitive. That's not luck. That's engineering. That's vision. That's the brilliance of a car that was years ahead of its time when it launched and remains relevant even in today's electrified performance landscape. Of course, the GT-R's days are numbered. Emissions regulations, changing consumer preferences, and the march toward electrification mean the R35 is one of the last of its kind, a pure, internal combustion, all-wheel drive juggernaut born for nothing but speed. It's a dinosaur, sure, but it's a T-Rex with a twin turbocharged roar, and it's not going quietly. As US enthusiasts, we recognize greatness when we see it. We don't just buy performance, we celebrate it. And the GT-R has given us a reason to cheer for nearly 20 years. Whether you caught your first glimpse in a Fast and Furious film, or you grew up dreaming of owning one after watching YouTube dyno runs and Nürburgring laps, there's no denying the emotional pull this car has. It connects across generations, across cultures. It unites purists and tuners, racers and dreamers. So if you ever get the chance to drive one, do it. Feel the throttle surge, hear the turbo spool, let the transmission slam into gear,